it's another chopper crash in Arunachal. As many as 4 bodies have been recovered from the crash site in the state's Upper Siang district. Of the 5 on board the ill-fated army chopper, 1 person is still untraceable. Search operations were called off for the day around 5 p.m. due to poor visibility. Now, the advanced light helicopter, also known as the Rudra chopper, crashed at a location near Singing village in Upper Siang. Lack of road connectivity to the crash site made search and rescue operations difficult. The incident took place shortly before 11 this morning, and as per defense sources, the Army aviation chopper took off from Lekabali at around 10:43 a.m. to be precise. Soon after the news of the crash broke, a joint search and rescue operation of both the Army and Air Force was launched, and 4 bodies have been recovered so far. Search operations will continue once again tomorrow as early as 5:30 a.m. It will begin tomorrow. We are being joined by Group Captain Retired Mr. Mohanto Panging. Welcome to Bottom Line, sir. Very distressing news once again from Arunachal, and the first question that comes to everyone's mind is that why the frequent chopper crashes and what can be done about it?
Good evening to you.
Good evening.
We should start this talk by paying tributes and condolences to the departed pilots and the crew.
Absolutely.
Today, whom we have lost. And just to remind you, just a few days back, we lost another pilot in a cheetah accident near Tawang.
Yeah.
You must recollect the incident where the other pilot is also injured, but is under treatment. So, very sad incident, 2 chopper crashes happening within a matter of 15 to 20 days in Arunachal Pradesh. So, being in the Air Force and being from Arunachal Pradesh, I have done a little bit of research, and I have published few articles also on this. And to term it without any ill intentions, I named that article as Arunachal, the new Bermuda striker, due to the number of crashes that took place, especially in Arunachal Pradesh. Now, as per my statistics, since 1995, there has been 15 crashes of aircraft in Arunachal Pradesh, including 12 helicopters, including 2 AN-32s and 1 Sukhoi 30. And almost all of them have fatal incidents. So, on an average, in the last 15 years, we have had 1 crash per year and losing about 9 lives per year. And in these crashes, we have lost union ministers, former chief ministers, and many other senior officers and dignitaries. So, what are conditions that are leading to so many crashes in Arunachal Pradesh? The first and foremost is being the younger Himalayas. The mountains here are air around is little turbulent, and we have something in Arunachal which is specific to Arunachal, unlike other places, is the fickle weather. In Arunachal Pradesh, the weather turns from good to bad very fast within a matter of few minutes, and where it was clear skies, suddenly you will find it is clouded. And there is a phenomena of mountain waves also in these areas. Also, there are very deep gorges, there are high peaks, and there are very narrow valleys where once you encounter weather, it becomes very difficult to negotiate the weather, especially in a helicopter and fixed-wing transport aircraft, where the radius of turns are large and rates of climb are very small. And also, what as per my conclusion is that most of the accidents, leaving aside today's and the last accident are caused due to weather. This is my conclusion that has been drawn.
Absolutely, but we have similar weather conditions in states like Himachal and Uttarakhand as well. Do you think the challenges there are are equally grave as it is in Arunachal, or do you think Arunachal's case is different?
Very rightly pointed out by you, we had a crash in Uttarakhand, Kedarnath, just a few days back, and we lost a
pilgrims.
few lives there also in Kedarnath.
Yes.
And once in a while, occasionally, we keep reading about crashes for Vaishnav Devi trips and Amarnath Yatra also. So what is important here to notice is because Arunachal is strategically located, many army-related sorties, defense-related sorties, and also many VIP visits, senior ministers visiting, senior officials visiting. And since the areas are very remote, the cities cannot be reached easily. And you have to travel 2-3 days even by four-wheel drive vehicles to reach those places. So many of the VIPs and senior officials prefer to travel by air. So the frequency of travel because of the strategic location is slightly more in Arunachal. And I pointed out, I was a chief operations officer in State. So I used to have a helicopter unit under me. So one of the prime requirements I used to brief them very regularly was that very high levels of skill and maturity is required to operate, especially in Arunachal. The weather being so finicky and the terrain being so rugged, it demands special skills and maturity from the pilots who operate in this area. Yes, in the hilly areas have similar issues, but somehow I have named Bermuda's Triangle because of typical conditions that exist in Arunachal Pradesh. And if you talk to any other civil chopper pilots, they will stand by this view that Arunachal is slightly different. And we also fly in Nagaland, and we also fly in Meghalaya, we also fly in Gujarat. But somehow, Arunachal, the weather is, and the terrain is slightly different, and the number of trips also, helicopters are slightly higher. Maybe the frequency leads to more such crashes.
Now, when we speak of one crash a year, the data that you just gave, even that is high if we go by the 6 sigma rule. But here we are talking about 2 crashes within a period of a month. That's really concerning, isn't it?
Actually, it is very true. But till the time we find the black boxes and the cockpit voice recorders, it's difficult to jump into a conclusion, and we should avoid doing that.
Absolutely.
Because the pilots by themselves were skilled pilots, they qualified pilots, and that's why they're flying in the valleys. And prima facie, as the accident happened today, the weather was also clear. So we cannot jump into conclusion of what had happened, what transpired inside the aircraft. But as of now, prima facie, it appears to be some technical issues where there may be, and we cannot still jump to conclusion because till the time the FDR is recovered, and I'm sure a court of inquiry has been ordered to go into the details of what had happened and what caused these accidents. And I'm sure remedial measures will take place. But I want to re-emphasize with the matter that the very fact that there has been one crash per year is not acceptable. And that is the reason I insisted earlier that we must have the best aircraft flying Northeast, especially Arunachal Pradesh, and the best air crew also flying in Arunachal Pradesh.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Group Captain Mahanta Panging, for your valuable inputs on this. Well, we pray for the departed souls once again and hope there is no recurrence of such incidents.